talk back. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do what I want to do. Nan and boo boo, you can't do shit about it.
Right. And that's coming, and that statement was coming from a 35, I think he's 34, 35-year-old fucking man. That's insane. But we sit around here and we perpetrate or help reinforce the Peter Pan syndrome, and not only in our men but our women. We got to, and I'm wrapping up this segment because we got to get to the Tommy Sotomayor and the friendship stuff. But we gotta stop out here pretending like 30-year-old people are fucking kids and stop calling them kids.
And who did Peter Pan run with?
Well,
the Lost Boys.
The Lost Boys.
The Lost boy. They're lost and they're continuing to act like boys.
And we're sitting here going through. Yeah, I just have a very a big disdain for us because it's so pervasive. Let me tell you something. Us calling 25 to 35-year-old adults in our culture, calling them kids, is just as pervasive as us having single mamas.
Bigger even. That's part of the reason why we got the single mamahood part of the culture.
All right, hang on for a second, guys. I'm gonna so listen. As I stated in the beginning, a lot of times our ladies, they always talk about that they want their man to be their friend. Friends, ones we can depend on. They always want to talk about that what they want the most in their life, they want their guy to be their friend. Or if a woman is not interested in a guy, she always tells him, we can always be friends. Want to be friends. Now, I've had this conversation. I have been given, can we, you cool, I'm not cool with you for a relationship, but I think we'll be good friends. And I'm like, I don't, friends, you can't be my friend. I have adopted years ago. I adopted this slogan. I tell every woman that I deal with, that I'm cool with, you and I are not friends. How many of us have them? I am not friends with any woman. That does not mean that we not cool. That does not mean we don't get along. That don't mean we can't chop it up. That don't mean we can't talk on the phone. That don't mean none of that. That just means I have a different view of what I consider friends, of what a friend is. I can't do with a woman what I can do with my friend. And a lot of women don't understand that there's a difference. There's a lot of things about my behavior, about my sense of humor, the shit that I'm interested in, the type of conversations I like to have. Kofa and I have never met in person, but we can chop it up. I can be as raw, as grimy, as whatever in my conversations with Kofa, and all he gonna say is, boy, you wild. That is the tenets of an actual friend. That is a tenets of an actual friend. What the? Oh, my soundboard acting up because that's what it do. And so a lot of times our women have a hard time, accepting the fact that guys don't look at them as their friend. Now, a lot of times they go, well, when they're married, well, my husband is my best friend. And I'm telling you, your husband is not your best friend. But he tells me, I know what the fuck he tell you, because we do the one thing we do for our women that every man does very, very well for our woman, and that every one of our women want us to do at every single turn. Our women want us to lie to them. And we are happy to oblige you with the fucking lie. Yes, I'm going to tell my wife, baby, you my best friend.
How many of us have them?
I'm going to tell her, baby, you're my best friend. Baby, I can't say things to you that I can't say to nobody else. And I'm lying through my fucking teeth. Because I promise you, my homeboy, he knows shit you don't know. Because I know I can't tell you the shit that my homeboy know, because I know that there's a real possibility that you may think something wrong with me, or you might be like, who the fuck did I just marry? Because, so I'm telling you from jump.
Well, they're going to use it against you.
Hold on a second. Men and women cannot be friends. No matter how much you think you can, you are not. You can never be our friend. And so,
Friends, ones we can depend on.
So, to prove my point, the big homie, Tommy Sotomayor, I hope I said his name right.
That's correct.
Was on my homeboy's podcast, DJ Hemp's This Might Be Risky. And Tommy Sotomayor was on a podcast with some women and told us Tommy Sotomayor proved while he was up there why men and women can never be friends.
Friends, how many of us have them?
And I'm going to show you in the clip what I'm talking about. Here we go.
I got ball of X up in here.
But we don't want to be sure that
Time we learned bullshit. They also created the incels, but shout out to them.
Now, see, I'm glad Tommy here. Tommy created the incels.
Oh, Tommy definitely to blame for sure. Tommy, we ain't gonna tell nobody else though. We ain't gonna tell nobody else. Hey, Tommy,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with this clip right here, I am going to let it rip. I'm not going to interrupt it much at all, because I need you to watch and listen well and watch well of the reactions. I'm going to pull this up a little bit bigger on my screen, so hopefully people can see it a little bit better. So I want you guys to listen and I want you guys to watch.
I'm telling y'all gotta let me in. Y'all gotta let me in on this subject. Y'all got to, because I'm.
Tommy, let me just make sure I can do your count, Tommy. That's all. Tommy got another credit, and then got a credit from Lauren. So Tommy got $50 worth of credit because he showed up and breathed in the mic. You heard?
Shit like that. Shit like that.
What do these credits mean? What do these credits mean?
So basically, you could time somebody out. Minutes equal dollars. So right now, in order to time you out, it would take at least $51.
Oh, the people trying to protect me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because they know I'm about to say some fuck shit. They know what.
Wow. Yeah. What up, though, Tommy? What you got? So I don't know if you've been hearing or listening, but what you think?
Well, first off, I'd like to thank my man Trigger Mike. He always put me in on the good shit, and he
shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Yeah. He keep me up on what's going on, because I don't really know what's going on in the world. And I'm listening to this and I'm thinking, I'm cocky and I'm an asshole, but I'm not light-skinned and I'm not handsome.
Wow.
And so I can tell y'all that it works differently. Some things that you do, just like awkward. There's a woman, and I don't know if y'all know who she is. I didn't know.
Real quick, let me see if I can bring this all the way up. I want everybody, before I continue, take a very good look at the expressions of the majority of the women on that panel. Tommy hasn't said anything worth a damn right now, but check out their expressions. And Tommy hasn't said anything worth a damn. Hey, Kofa, what do you see on that screen?
RBF.
What was that?
Rest in bitch face.
Rest in bitch face. On all of it, on damn near all of them, right?
I hear 1, 2, 3, 4. I hear 5. Child. That's all I hear from the women facial expression.
And he hasn't said anything substantial, has he?
Ain't said shit.
Ain't said a goddamn thing, and they already fired up and ready to look at them. Their body language is disrespectful. He hadn't even said anything. This is why I make the statement that men and women cannot be friends.
How many of us have them?
If I went around my homeboy and he was looking like this all the goddamn time, you think me and him still be cool? Like, I ain't saying shit like, hey man, what's up? How you doing? I make a little joke about something that don't mean nothing, and he looking like this shit. Get the fuck out of here.
McClure, she's got these twins by this white man. Y'all ever heard of her?
She's an African woman. Yep. The McClure twins. Yep.
Yeah, she came over to my Instagram arguing. I didn't know who she was. And then they were like, dude, that's the girl that does so-and-so. I was like, I don't know this chick. And then I saw her kid had like 2.3, her twins had 2.3 million followers, whatever. But she was arguing with me. And I was just thinking to myself, I said, I noticed because I was talking about what I noticed that black women do, all this stuff that they're talking about of what kind of man, need a confident man to approach us. Isn't it funny that they had a video out there where a black woman was telling black women how to get a white man? And you remember one of the things, I don't know if you saw that video, but one of the things she said was you could approach awkward ass Brad by giving him a wink, a smile, and going and talk to him and tell him she didn't mind. I want y'all brothers to know that it's okay for a white boy to be a nerd. It's okay for a white boy to be a lame. It's okay for a white boy not have swag and not have confidence. They'll talk to him, but they'll tell you need to have confidence. You know what they mean? They mean fucking World War II confidence. They mean motherfucking Vietnam POW war. You got to go through a bunch of shit to get to a black chick. She might call you a motherfucking lame to your face right on video. She might put a video up and talk shit to you and put it on Instagram about how you took her to the wrong restaurant. She might embarrass you in front of your friends. You gotta have armor around yourself, and I'm talking about the armor of Jesus Christ. You gotta be ready. But when you a white boy, it's welcome. Come on in. Oh, let's say you an athlete. Let's just say you are an athlete, and they know you play in the NFL. You could.
Question for the chat. Question for the fellas right now who's not on the screen, but their voices are up. So far, please identify the disrespectful thing that Tommy Sotomayor has said to any woman on the panel.
Zero. He said
none at all.
Nothing disrespectful.
Anybody in the chat that's still rocking with us, put in the chat if you can identify anything that Tommy Sotomayor has said to any woman on the panel that was disrespectful. Put in the chat if you can identify any woman on the panel that he specifically addressed so far.
Can I make a quick point before you continue?
Go ahead.
A lot of people don't know who Tommy Sotomayor is, and none of us would be here if it wasn't for him. He is the architect of this space. So the irony here is the low level of contempt that they have for this man already that you're pointing out is astounding. This would be like Michael Jordan showing up to your high school basketball practice to work out with y'all and being disrespected to him. This is the architect.
I want to know, who has he addressed on this panel?
No, but Kevin spoke on this low level of contempt. That's what we're witnessing.
I know. Which woman?
You don't have to disrespect nobody, just him showing up and breathing on the mic, like old boy said. That's the contempt that they have.
None of these women know this man. None of these women know these men. I know that none of them knew who he was prior to him.
They don't know who he is.
But my question remains to the chat, to the guys. Which one of these women did Tommy Sotomayor, which one of these chicks has he addressed so far?
No one.
Okay. Let it rip. DJ, hit that track.
Walk in looking like Gollum, but you got on a chain and you gonna have an easier time trying to holler than a regular cat. It's just the way it goes. I can tell you this, I'm not a handsome man, and I talk a lot of shit about black hoes. I do. But when they walk up to the front of my house and they say, God dog, look at that house. I fuck the motherfucking Uber drivers. I fuck the motherfucking Instacart bitches. I ain't lying. Let them fuck me. Why? Because of the house. They drive up and see all them cars in the driveway. Ain't you that nigga that talk shit about these hoes? I sure am. It's just a difference.
Money making is my thing, cause I'm trying to be rich, trying to put away meals.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Here comes the
All right, sorry, it took me a little bit to get to your super chats. Almanize back again with them $2, and you know we appreciate them $2. It's got to make remember
These last $2.
they go a long way. Them last $2, they go a long, long way. She found another 2, and also Messy Michonne is in the building with the double nickel. Ladies and gentlemen, in the middle of next week, I'm going to take the time right now to tell you that Messy Michonne and I have a major announcement concerning both of our channels, and we will be making that announcement mid next week. So just thought you guys should know. Stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned.
Shout out to the besties.
All right, let's get it back.
So when they talking about they don't get approached, the difference is today, let's just be honest, fellas. The reason why it's a lot of men out here not having sex because there's a lot of women having sex with the same guys. You just saw Monica talk about she got her heart broke by C Murder. Bitch, you been married and done had kids by 2 different men while that man been in jail. How he break your heart? What did he do to break your heart? He didn't call you during his visitation hours? What happened? How did he break your heart when you was as free as a bird? But we don't want to talk about the shit that black women say, just ridiculous shit. We have a hard time dating them because they make shit difficult. Black women like drama and trauma. That's why this chick would get online and share that she got broke up with by C Murder. Who shares that?
Tommy, can I ask you?
Oh, okay. Okay. We've listened to Tommy for about 3 minutes. Somebody, one of the fellas up here, one of the sisters, or somebody in the chat, somebody, please explain to me where Tommy has addressed any woman on the panel. Please explain to me what overly disrespectful comment that he was making. Now, most of the guys understand while Tommy is rocking and rolling, we understand Tommy just talking shit. Am I wrong, BBN? Am I wrong, Kofa?
Nope.
Nah, it's deeper than that. People don't realize how smart Tommy Sotomayor is. He got a couple of psychology degrees. And he's actually triggering them on purpose. He's doing this on purpose.
So he's out there. Now the guy out there is offended. It's how we banter. He's not bantering on ignorant shit that he don't know what he's talking about. He's bantering on shit that he know with an opinion, and he's adding humor to it. Most definitely. It's what guys do. We talk shit.
He's one of the best at it.
Now, Tommy has not addressed one woman on the panel unless I'm missing something. Can somebody please tell me in the chat if I'm missing something? Did you guys hear Tommy address any woman or make a statement towards any woman specifically on the panel?
Nope.
Did Tommy go personal with any woman on the panel?
Nope.
Okay. The chat quiet, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they're thinking I'm full of shit too.
Messy Michonne said because he said black women.
Yeah.
So now that encompasses all of them because he threw a rock and apparently it hit the right dog, so to speak.
Yep.
Look at them faces. Look at them faces.
That was that grimacing and stuff I was talking about earlier. Yep.
Look at them faces. All right. So in the middle of his soliloquy, his rant, or whatever you want to call it, a woman decides to speak up.
Just because this is my first time meeting you.
Go ahead.
How old are you, and have you been married before?
I am 47 years old. Not never been married.
Okay. I'm assuming you're not in a relationship.
Damn. Damn. Damn.
Well, she had a mic drop moment. That's why she laughed.
Damn. Damn.
Damn.
That's the first jab. That's the low key. I'm assuming you don't have anybody
So
with the smart with the smirk.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the norm.
Hey guys, let me tell you what she need right now. Damn. Let me pull up my boy John the Baptist. John the Baptist.
What's going on with you, man?
Hey, before you launch, real quick, bro. Hashtag trade Anthony Davis.
Not after 41. Not after 41 and 20.
And then tomorrow,
He gonna have 6-2.
He gonna do 6-0-1.
He gonna have 10 points in 40 minutes.
No, they did their thing throughout this tournament. I got to give it to him. So what's up, John the Baptist? Weren't you on this panel, or were you?
I was in the chat.
You was in the chat with this?
Yeah.
Okay, so we watched Tommy Simora for almost 3 minutes get his shit off. He didn't address the women. He didn't say nothing overly vulgar, disrespectful, or attacking. He didn't even acknowledge the ladies on the panel. And the first time one of the ladies spoke, she went straight personal with him.
To the insult. Mm-hmm.
Insulting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to figure out, John, what do you think is her what did Tommy say to you, do you believe, that made her go to the left on him right off the rip? What, Kofa, what did she say to him after I'm assuming it, what did she say something about him? Here, I can just rewind it. Hold on, about him not having no woman.
You're not in a relationship.
Yeah, let's rewind that. Let's rewind that.
It's my first time meeting you. How old are you, and have you been married before?
I am 47 years old. Not never been married.
Okay. I'm assuming you're not in a relationship.
Oh no, I am.
And she laughed at that. What do you think, John the Baptist?
What I think is the only thing that Tommy said wrong that night, and I said this for the third time, he said he root for the 49ers. Just on there heard wrong. Other than that, that man didn't say nothing wrong. So basically what that was, we all know Dana shit. Dana cool, but the only part where I heard that what Dana did wrong that night was she was trying to figure out who he was, trying to get some background information on him. And I said this then, sometimes people gather background information so they can use it against you later. Mm-hmm. That's basically what she was doing. I don't mind people gathering background information on you just to figure out who you are. That's cool. Cause you try to know what kind of like what value do you add to the conversation. Once you validate who you are, only use the information to further the conversation, not to make the conversation go backwards. And that's what that panel likes to do. They like to use the information.
The ladies on that panel, they absolutely do. But
yeah,
it's not just this panel; it's a generational thing. That's why I said earlier, generations matter.
Yeah,
and that's a generational thing they do, and they don't have any respect for our generation or any other generation.
Yeah, and what I'm gonna do is Tommy's gonna prove my point why I say not black, but why men and women cannot be friends. Let me let this rip a little bit. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you been in a
There's a
relationship?
difference. Just like today, I was talking about Georgia and said Georgia should be in the
How
Final
long have you
Four.
been in a relationship, Tommy? Hold on.
I would say 3 years.
Is she black?
I've almost 4. Huh?
Is she black?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was talking about the University of Georgia today, and I said Michigan ain't that damn good, and Florida State should have been in the playoffs. And somebody said, "You Georgia fans are just butthurt." And I stopped him. I said, "Sir, I went to Georgia Tech. I hate Georgia. The only difference is I call shit down the middle." So I love it when people, and y'all notice it's one thing that black women tend to do. No offense, ma'am. But you asked me about my life, and I didn't ask any of y'all about y'all's, and I don't give a shit. We're talking about something. If it makes sense, it makes sense. You asked me if the woman I'm with is black, because the saying I say can't be with a black woman. Well, yes, he can be. Matter of fact, a lot of times when you talk shit about roaches, you know how you know so much about roaches? Because you have them. You know why you talk a lot of shit about a lot of shit? Because you know what it's like. People who eat bologna know what the fuck it tastes like. So if you listen to them talk about it, well, it's because they've had it. So a lot of men who talk about black women in a bad way, a good way, or indifferent way, it would be some shit if I sit up here and talked about white women. Then you said, "Have you dated a white woman?" I said, "No." Well, how the fuck would I know so much about them? I would know a lot about black women because I fucked them, dated them, and fucked some of the damn Instacart drivers. I like some of them white Instacart drivers to drop their shit off and be impressed by the house, but they don't. But the black bitches, yeah, they're sucking dick. They're doing that shit. They don't really give a. Let me tell you something, ma'am. I've had more black women put their lips on my dick than they lips on my lips. And that's not a lot. Black women suck their dick, then
Do you have a question for us, sir, Mr. Sotomayor? Do you have a question for us, anyone on the panel? Excuse me, I'm sorry. Is there a question that you have for us? Do you have a question for any of the women on the panel?
No, ma'am.
You just want to come up here and just talk? I mean, I'm just asking. You just want to come here and just talk?
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on a second, ma'am. If I pulled out my dick and started pissing, would you ask me, am I pissing?
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for
This is what this has turned into tonight.
You see me pissing, so you should be sure that I'm pissing.
He just came up here for the dick riders to keep dick riding.
That's what it sounds like. The dick riders. I got it.
I'm rocking my pants, man. And with the
So they went from attacking him. Notice the woman, Dana asked him a question, went personal, told him he wasn't in a relationship. The next woman talking about, do you got any questions for the women on the panel? And then the girl next to the girl with the glasses, her name is Sis, she's talking about, oh, he just here for the dick riders. So Tommy just proved black men cannot be friends with women because men can't get their shit off with a woman and nothing like this without anything like this coming out.
Well, this group of women are used to having leverage.
Hold on a second, get my shit off. So, to answer your questions, ladies, when you say, when you make the statement, I can be friends with a guy. Really?
friends. How many of us have them?
Really? Because when a guy gets his shit off, this is what we get. Go ahead, VBN.
Yeah, they're used to having leverage over men. And now they have two Gen Xers and Angry Man and Tommy Sotomayor, and they sense it immediately that they're not getting attention. We got to inject ourselves, and we got to insult him, and we got to take him down. He is a threat to our leverage that we're normally used to having over these group of guys. Now I'm gonna even insult those guys. I'm gonna call them dick riders. Because you got one of the kings in the manosphere there in Angry Man, and you got Tommy Sotomayor, who is the architect of all of this. He's been doing this for 15 damn years that I know about.
Yep.
Everybody's patterned themselves after Tommy. He's the first one to show this we can make money. They don't care because it's about them. They don't have any power in the moment.
Okay. With that being said, let's watch this unfold.
Yeah, this is his open mic night. I get it. Go ahead, you got it.
Somebody told me you had to come up here with questions, and I shut the fuck up and ask questions. Please, I don't want to be rude. Tell me what the fuck I was rude to anybody, ma'am. Please tell me. Look, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you get from black hoes. This big nose up here just trying to be smart with me, and I ain't said shit to her. I've been hilarious, and you don't know nothing about it. You don't know nothing about how to make a crowd laugh and think at the same time. That's all I did. I wasn't rude to you or nobody else, but you hoes have the chance to be rude to me, and nobody else has.
I just wanted to know.
Ma'am, I was not rude. I was not rude once. If you didn't like what the fuck I was saying, you
I
should
didn't
shut
say
the
you
fuck
were
up. I
rude.
wasn't bothering you.
And don't
because you're on a women's POV.
Do you have any questions? I don't see none. When I see some ladies,
talking.
All I hear, John, all I hear is
I'm a black woman.
That's all the fuck I hear, John.
Tommy is. I'm kind of like new to YouTube, right? I only been on here for like maybe about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. So I'm only seen Tommy like a couple of times. And that night was the most I was exposed to him. And I can tell you right now, that dude is a genius.
Yes, sir.
He actually taught a lesson while giving a comedic stand and made it funny and was educational at the same time. Didn't disrespect
him on purpose.
and didn't disrespect anybody until he got disrespected. And then when he got disrespected, he still made it funny, putting them in line. It was just, that was my first time ever seeing him like
Hey,
like
John,
that.
say that word one more time for me.
With disrespect.
Disrespect.
My position is that the black woman's disrespect and rebellion against the leadership and the authority of the black man is a direct cause of the breakdown in our black family structure.
I'm a black woman.
That dude was funny.
But these chicks want us. They think that we can be friends.
Friends, ones we can depend on.
We can't depend on them to be friends because they go to the left. There's only about 2 or 3 minutes up to this clip. Let's let it rock.
When I see some ladies, I'll ask. I ain't gotta shut the fuck up. Y'all need to lose some weight.
Shut the fuck up because you sound ignorant as hell. Only one laughing is Angry Man.
But Tommy, my question is, what we gonna get out of going that way with it though?
I wasn't going that way. She came at me. The people were laughing.
She asked you because you're on the women's POV, my nigga. Like what?
Excuse me, ma'am. She can ask me a question. She asked me to ask her a question, my nigga.
No, I didn't. I said, do you have
a woman?
He came over here to get these dick riders to continue dick riding.
And that's why he's excited. Yeah, they're excited. Go ahead. Let the dick riders go off. Oh, yeah. I'm on mute.
They can't respect themselves.
Wasn't nobody rude to you? She asked if you wanted to engage the women because you're on the women's POV panel.
No, she didn't say it like that, and you know it. Just like how you asked me about who I'm with. That's none of your business either.
Okay, it's clear that you don't watch.
It wasn't.
Talking.
Okay,
but I answered your question, didn't I? Very respectfully.
So let's ask a premise. So we understand Tommy's premise. How do we improve it? Whose fault is it that men aren't approaching Tommy? Is it women or is it men?
It's women. You look at it like this. If men say anything that they don't like black women, these motherfuckers become vultures.
I'm a black woman.
Someone's talking, you listen. You hear what the fuck they're thinking. You know who they are, and you don't have to even ask them a question. They'll let you know who they are, whether they're an asshole, a dick, broke, or whatever. You listen. But there's a reason why a lot of motherfuckers don't have shit, because they don't know how to listen. And if you watch a lot of black women, they're quick to talk, but not listen.
I have a disease. I'm allergic to stupid shit.
Listen. That woman said, "Are you just up here to talk?" Well, that's what I was doing. You have any questions for us? I didn't ask. Everything she asked, she already had the answer. So she was just being sarcastic, just like the other one. Is she black? Why would it matter? I don't know what anybody up here is dating and who they're dating. To talk to people is to have a level of respect. And if you have somebody up here to say to these other people, because y'all didn't do anything wrong, I'm apparently the one who did something wrong. Why did y'all become dick riders? Because y'all didn't do what they wanted you to do. Let that sink in.
No, it was just apparent. It was just apparent what's happening here. It was very clear, homeboy.
That's
very
talking. Writing. That's how a female has to
were
talk.
listening.
Your queens talk like
Did
this.
you want us to listen? We were listening. We weren't dick riding. All that fake laughing was dick riding.
Well, I wasn't dick riding.
What if it was real laughing?
The shit was funny. It was funny. I'm sorry. The shit was funny.
What if it was real? It was actually funny.
All right, guys, you see the difference? Like Angry Man's assessment of it, that the shit was funny.
Yeah.
These women, Tommy said nothing directly to them. He was up there just getting his shit off, having fun, dropping jewels, trying to be funny, trying to provide. Now, those women, that's their goddamn platform. That's their platform, and they're trying to grow like all of us out here, and they have a profound lack of, what's the word I'm looking for? Understanding that even though Tommy Sotomayor has gotten kicked off of YouTube, that this motherfucker represents over 1.5 million people that have interacted with him, and the fact that he has some kind of following that will cross-pollinate with their fucking channel. And so, an Angry Man who has 500,000. And so they're up there being assholes to this man that they don't know anything about, and they don't even have a mindset of the business to find out who he's about. Because I promise you, they knew he was coming on. Because the facilitator of the channel is all about business. Them women knew. They could have done their research.
They don't have to do the research.
And they don't have to. And they
actually, I think Angry Man brought him up. I think I don't know. What I don't know. Let me not say his name because I don't know if that's how exactly went down. It was actually, I think someone asked him for the link to send it to invite him to come over. So they did.
Mike invited him. He thanked Trigger Mike for inviting him when he first came up.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that's who it was. Trigger Mike. Okay.
And I
don't think they knew he was coming until he was on his way over there to.
You talking about the
Trigger
girls?
Yeah, the girls. Yes.
Hemp knew, because ain't no way Trigger Mike gonna invite somebody up on Hemp's platform without asking him.
I thought they asked him. I thought he asked him for the link during the show. I could be wrong now,
Really?
but I thought I heard. I thought I heard that during the show, but I could be wrong. I thought I heard that during the show.
My overall point is that we out here having these discussions and trying to do work and trying to push the conversation forward. But the one thing that a lot of us can't forget about is that fact that this is a business. That this might be risky as a business. And
correct.
Tommy is an asset to grow your business because Tommy has access to a network of over 1.5 million people on this very social media platform.
More than that, man.
I know it's more than that, but I'm just trying to.
I mean, it's more closer to 10 million. This guy has been doing this for a long time.
Yeah. The point is that they are on the verge or potentially on the verge of fucking that up for their channel.
Yeah.
Because
does it matter when you feel like you're right? For a lot of times with our sisters, does it matter?
Later on in the show, they told him to leave.
That's not
that need to be right is strong, man. They don't care about that. Overrides business. That overrides progress. They need to be right. Takes over everything.
That was and I think Messi said something earlier. Women can't be friends with women.
Nope.
And if you go to tonight's
did you just say the magic word? The word of the
So a quick pivot. I don't know if you saw tonight's conversation, the Ace Metaphor. They brought Six the Goddess on there, and she was talking about women needing to black women needing to lose weight and stuff like that. She ended up leaving because her and the two other chicks on the panel were getting into it.
Because they can't be what?
Because they can't be friends.
Ones we can depend on.
But she was just saying, like, we've tiptoed around this issue for too long, and we need to start addressing it head on. And pretty much, I mean, it go different banter, but pretty much they ran her up out of there too. So again, this panel, just like you said, it proves your point. Can't be friends. We can't even, a lot of times we can't even be cordial. And I've told women this myself. I'm like, y'all have to realize.
Did you say the magic word again?
Did I? Yeah, friends?
Friends. How many?
I told them, you know, a lot of times black women got to realize, like, y'all suck as friends. Because I used to be that guy. We're like, oh, that's my friend. That was cool. When I got in a tight, let my car break down. Let you know what? Matter of fact, let's just keep it a buck. When they find a new dick to sit on, everything else goes out the window. Now, when I got a new pair of legs to push back, there's an issue because you my friend and I still need you. So I had to put it in that type of context for a lot of sisters over time because a lot of y'all suck as friends. I can't even come to you with this issue if I'm dating a chick and be like, hey, I said this, that, and the third. Like, tell me from a woman's perspective, I end up getting cussed out twice. So the chick I'm fucking with done cuss me out. My homegirl friend done cuss me out because she's triggered about some dude that she was messing with. So I never get any good information about, you know, how to deal with a woman in that, you know, at that time frame. So I cut a lot of that shit short over the last few years. So I'm in agreement with you, bro. And that's the perspective I'm coming from. The stuff like you said, we can talk about as men. We can't do that shit with women as our friends. It definitely doesn't work out like that. Ones we can depend on.
There you go.
And a lot of times we can't.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap up this clip.
You weren't even like.
So that shit was funny. You know it was funny.
One of the questions that was posed, I don't know if Angry Man answered it either. I don't know if anybody who came up new answered it. Was this: men are opting to masturbate as opposed to deal with women's bullshit. To sum it up, Chaotic Truth kind of presented that argument. So even successful men, regardless of incels, are saying, "Yo, I'm a jerk off and go to work," as opposed to get a potential headache from dealing with women out here. And the women were saying that is not realistic. Was the sentiment that was taken from that.
Well, why would that not see that? That's another interesting double standard. Because if a woman decides to be celibate and just, you know, have a little party with her rose or whatever, right? That's not viewed as a knock to her. But if a guy decides, oh, well, I'm gonna be celibate, I ain't dealing with these chicks, I'm gonna just jack off, then all of a sudden he becomes a loser.
He's right. And again, it's this idea of even watch how they talk to men. Women will go at a man goes back at him. What will they say? He's sassy. So what the fuck is she if she went at a man? So it is strange that our women are combative when you even ask, well, what do men think? Tell them what you think. And how many times are you going to get argued at? That's why you rarely hear a man say what he really thinks, because he's just trying to smash it.
You ladies, that's why we are not friends, because your guy can't tell you what he really thinks. Stop asking for men to be your friend.
Friends, how many of us have them?
Because when we tell you what we think and we give it to you the way we give it to you, you flip the fuck out. You are a headache. You are a whole headache.
Bro, I've been cussed out so many times. Like I said, even asking my friends, just like they come to us, well, why do men blah, 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 blah? Well, I asked the question, why do women do this? She said this. What does she really mean? I've gotten cussed out more times by my friends than the actual women that I'm dealing with. And when I say friends, I'm talking about family members as well.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask y'all gentlemen a question?
Sure.
Do y'all actually deal with female friends or women in your family that are not your, if you're not married, if you are married, outside of your wife and outside of your daughters?
I have. I'm a big proponent on that. Well, you know, actually dealing with them, helping them, being there, all that type of stuff we're supposed to do as men, right? And I speak on my channel all the time when brothers are having these conversations in this red pill space. And I shouted out TJ the other day because he is one of the few, damn near, if not the only one, to just flat out say a lot of us as men gonna have to realize that our mamas was hoes. So when these brothers are in these red pill spaces and they're talking about it, I'm big on take your mom out the equation, take your girlfriend out the equation, take the romantic relationships off the table. Look at the women in your family. We see this shit across the board all the time.
All of them.
All the time we see it. Take your feelings out of it. Step away from the women you're dealing with. I even had to start putting it. I had to, again, I got a 19-year-old. I had to get in her ass not too long ago and tell her straight up, like, you old enough to hear this shit now. I don't want you to turn into the women that I'm dealing with or having to deal with, but you sound like these delusional ass bitches that your daddy done had to deal with. It's the reason why your ass ain't got no stepmama. And I done bent over backwards a lot of times for a lot of our sisters. So I'm coming from an experience where I was that guy. I was the friend. I was the friend zone guy. I was the cousin. I was the guy that they could always call on. But turning around and having that example of picking up the phone call don't get answered, text message don't get responded to till 3 days later. The same way brothers complain about in the red pill with the relationships, I started paying attention to that shit in my familial relationships. This is just how women move a lot of times. A lot of times, unfortunately, as men, we are utilities. We're not their fucking friend. And when she's done with that, with you being that hammer, she puts you back in the toolbox until the next time.
Hey, Cole, I got two sisters from my mother. And the only time them hoes call me or text me is when they want something or need something. And so about 5 years ago, I finally told my sisters with my mother, don't fucking call me no more. Fuck you calling me for? I'm gonna tell you. Look. I'm gonna tell you what I told them. Oh shit. I'm gonna tell them what I told you. The fuck you calling me for when you got a pussy to sell?
Oh, damn.
Get out your ass.
In Manosphere's face, we use this term modern women, and I've been fighting against that because women have been operating this way for thousands of years. So Robert Breford was an anthropologist who wrote a book 100 years ago, and he came up with Breford's laws. You can Google them, and he says women don't Any association that a woman participates in, she has to see a benefit for herself in it. Otherwise, she will not associate. So this is why, going to the RBN's point, we can't be friends with them because they can't be friends with us because they always got to get something out of it. Like Kofa said, when I needed them,
friends. Ones we can.
Hold on a second. Let me address Messy Michonne. Messy Michonne. She said, "Oh my," to my comments about the pussy. Michonne, they some hoes. They giving it away for free. So if you broke, go on the other side of town where it wasn't given away for free and talk $40, $20. There's some dudes who'll take it.
$40.
Fuck you calling me for $450? $40. That's right. You already giving the shit away for free. Go on the other side of town where they fucking don't know you and try to sell some of that shit. You already you ain't got no more virtue. What the fuck virtue? Motherfucker, that virtue went out the door when you were 21 years old, when you had a fucking gangbang with 15 dope boys in the goddamn neighborhood. And yes, I'm talking about my hoe of a sister. Sorry. Okay, go ahead, BB. I'm sorry.
I'm enjoying this conversation with y'all fellas, but yeah, I mean, this has been going just like RBN said. Your mama was a hoe. Grandma, like I say, grandma ain't had no drawers on. This has been going on for generations. The only difference is the environment has changed and we're talking about it now. That's the only thing that's different. But they can't be friends with us because it comes to a point. Friendship, it's 50-50, or I do for you, you do for me. One hand wash the other. They can't do that because their nature, according to Robert Brieford, you can get his book on Amazon. It's called Mothers. He said it. They always got to get a benefit. And when they don't get a benefit, they don't want to associate with you. He wrote that 100 years ago. So how we talk about modern women when he predicted it in the 1920s?
But they want to be your friend.
No, they want you to. They don't want to be your friend. They want you to be their friend.
They want you to be friends.
Right. They don't want to be yours.
How many of us have them?
I'm a king cause I do what I want and what I need. I don't need you to nobody, I'm busy doing my thing. Mess with me and you could get forgotten, just let it sing. I don't play, I just win every day, I get it in. I'm a king cause I do